Bam, bam, bam. All right, looks like everybody is started. Just make sure this actually turns on. Boom. All right, so Rumble is good. YouTube is good. Looks like this is good. And boom, money. All right, so all streams are up. I got this handy dandy new tool where I can actually look at all the chats at the same time. I just have to make sure I actually look at it. It's called a social stream. And for some reason, it's not showing me the YouTube chat. I see, let's see, where's YouTube? So let's just move, I'm just gonna actually move all of these over. Sorry, we're obviously still getting established here, even though I'm 4 or 5 streams in now, but trying to make sure this is good. All right, so let's move the YouTube chat right there. Then we got Rumble, Kick, Twitch, boom. All right, I'll figure out why YouTube's not showing up later. Okay, and then you know what? The next thing I wanted to do, I have this other scene right here. I wonder if that actually changed in like live time. I want to see the video real quick to see if, oh, it does change. Okay, cool. So yeah, I have this scene. I don't like this bottom. I don't like this bottom banner. So the first thing we're actually going to do today is we're going to redesign a new one. So that's what we're about to knock out right now. So you guys will see some more live Canva editing. And the first thing I'm about to do is screenshot this. And then I'm going to open it. And then I want to view the info of this screenshot. Oh, which I think I just actually, nope, here it is, okay. So I'm basically trying to get the size right now of this, so it should be in here somewhere, hopefully. More info, there we go, 860 by 162. So that tells me once I get into Canva what custom size I need. So I need a custom size. I need a 860 by 162, which is going to be the size that fits down there. That looks pretty much right. And let's see. Yeah, I don't love the bottom. I just don't love it much at all. I don't really use Instagram. I don't really want to drive people to the Instagram. I think I'm just going to, let's look at some designs. I'm just going to type in marketing and just literally see what comes up. I don't know why it's showing a bunch of in marketing. Oh, and elements. Okay. Yeah, I don't really love any of this either. How did I have it set up? Stop wasting. All right, I think we're just going to put text in here, and I'm just going to keep it really basic. 2x revenue growth. Look at that. It's already talking about revenue, which is stuff that I talk about. So let's see. Let's make that full. Let's stretch that over. So at the top, let's say, no, I don't love that font like that. Let's see. Maybe if I do add some spacing. Alright, let's go. I need to make this way smaller. Let's go like 42 live ad breakdowns. Alright, something like that. I'm going to ungroup this so that I can actually stretch this out to be the same length as that. So we got live ad breakdowns, need marketing help, ask in chat. Ooh, I like how they overlap actually. That's pretty cool. So let's keep them together like that. Let's throw this in the middle. Let's make it bigger actually. Pretty much full size. There we go. And then let's just do like some charts and AI and some just generic shit in the background. That looks good, I guess. Maybe. We'll see. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know if I love this anymore. I kind of like just the solid color backgrounds. And then do we have, I don't really have a theme color. Purple's my favorite. Ooh, I kind of like that. Let's see. Hey, my YouTube chat actually popped up. There we go. Welcome to, alright, so we got the chat. Boom, 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 boom. Yep, we got all the chats now. That's what's up. Alright, so let's keep that going. Dude, I really kind of like this blue. That looks pretty dope. Let's see with the black. Let's see. Nope, hate that. Alright, it's got to be a dark color so that the text pops out enough. Ooh, I kind of like this gradient down here. Let's see. I'm also probably just overthinking the hell out of this. There's literally like not a lot of people that hop on these live ad breakdowns. I think I'm going to go with this. This looks cool. And then I might actually, let's throw an effect on this. I'm going to see what an outline would look like to see if it overrides the other text that much. Live ad breakdowns. And then I might mess with these colors a little bit. Let's see. No. Good enough. I'm not going to overthink it. We're just going to freaking put this thing on here. I'm about to sit here and design this thing forever because I got shiz to do today. Alright, so now let's go over here. I'm going to actually move this so I can see at least one of the videos so I know what it looks like. Oh yeah, so we got this big blank black part over here. Alright, so let's delete that. Oh, actually, let's not delete that. Let's change this to this. And let's make it full size. Boom. Live ad breakdowns, the marketing help ask in chat. Alright, I feel like that looks not too bad. I like it better than the other one. So now what we can actually do, because I think I'm going to keep using this template, is we're going to swap this. Sorry, this is so funny. I'm literally live streaming me getting my live stream set up properly. So now we're going to swap to this one, my bigger screen, because it takes up a wider section. And then now we're going to have to rearrange a little bit. So this is going to go over here. This is going to go on the old screen. And then we're going to throw all the live chats on the other monitor instead. So there's that. There's that. There is that one. And there is that one. Alright, boom. So we got chats. I can see the video. Now we get this over here. We got the breakdown. Or we got the design, whatever. Good enough. Looks good enough. Here we go. Time to actually be productive and do stuff. Oh, I didn't realize I was in my company account, so I need to actually delete this. I'm over here being living off the rails for a second. So let's just delete. Alright, boom, get that out of here. Don't need Canva. Okay, let's see what is on the to-do list for today. I think first thing we can do is, we got a couple different things we got to do. So one thing that I'm doing for a client is we're split testing whether asking someone to put their phone number in so it's not on autofill. We're asking them to actually put the phone number inside of a Meta form versus having it autofill from Meta but having SMS verification turned on. So as you can see, I tried to do this split test right here, so phone number in form and then SMS verification. This one ran for like a couple days, like 3 days, and then it got hit. Apparently, I didn't know this because I never tried it, but you're not allowed to ask for anything inside of a form that can already be pre-filled from Meta. So asking basic information that could be provided in a form. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this form, mess with the messaging, and try to get it live, basically. Because I want to continue doing this split test. We had a problem with this account where we were getting a lot of like spam and low quality leads. So you can see I had this other campaign here, 62 leads, but it was like half spam. So now we're trying to increase the quality of the leads without absolutely destroying the CPL for them. So you can see we went from 31 to like 60, so we've like doubled their lead costs, but if it cuts out a big amount of the spam, that's going to be worth it. So we need to do that, so I'm going to do that. Before I even do that though, we are going to turn some background music on because I'm trying to vibe and it's too quiet and I don't like to sit here and listen to my voice. Honestly, I hate my voice. I hate hearing myself on videos, but we live in a world where if you don't create content, then, I mean, how do you do anything? Can't get jobs, can't get work, don't have an online presence, all that. So, here I am. I'm kind of feeling some old schoolboy Q. I'm kind of feeling a little oxymoron today. Yeah, I like this. I can dig this. Alright, let's move this over. Let's move this. Get my life together. Alright, boom. Alright, let's let this mess with this form. See if we can get this baby live or not. So I'm just going to start doing this one, and I'm just going to keep messing with this. So right here, what is your phone number? We're going to put, what's the best number to... I don't know why I'm doing all the capitals, because I don't have it on the other two, so that's going to bother me. What's the best phone? Nope, not phone. What's the best number to reach you at? Here's what's funny about AI is it's so, like, you know, smart and can do everything, but somehow there's still these stupid hacks like this that get around Meta. Like, it should know, you know, I might, and this might not work, but I do this all the time. I used to run ads for like CBD and THC companies, and like you would really have to hack kind of your copy and your landing pages and stuff, and you could still get around all the Meta bots and whatever algorithm. So when this is done, we need to submit the form, and we need to go to that page, and that is good. So boom, boom. All right. So we're gonna put this as phone number and form V2. Turn this off, and you can see what's crazy, man. Once again, I duplicated this, and it's starting add-in and stuff because I never turn on flexible form delivery, but I duplicated it and it added it on for me, and I did not want it added on. So, like I said, dude, with Meta, you really, really, really gotta watch. My favorite song. You really gotta watch all this fucking like AI adding Advantage Shopping Plus, site links, all this stuff, because all the time it will auto add this stuff. Alright, so now I'm just going to take note of what ad I updated so that I can come back. I'm just going to come back and check it in like a couple hours probably, see if it went through. If not, we're going to duplicate it and just keep messing with that. So I'm going to put right here, check ad. There we go. Boom. Alright, so that's not really done, but done enough for now because I just have to wait until we see if that gets approved or not. Let's see, what did I send? I need to open Slack real quick. Let's see. Okay, so I need to do this. I need to launch a retargeting campaign with a urgency related offer for this client to try to get them some quick wins over the next week. Giving that to somebody else. Safi, swap to Metaform. That's easy. Alright, let's go swap that real quick. So, very similar to what I was just talking about. I have this other client. They were on Metaforms, getting really low quality, whatever. So then we had to swap them to website leads. As you can see here, we spent $530 with no leads. So now we're going to swap them back to forms, but turn on SMS verification. Because we've done that already for a couple clients, and it seems to be working really well. Now what's the easiest way to do this? Because, oh, lovely. I now cannot see any of my chats because, dude, I really got to figure out why this is doing this. This is going to make me really mad. Because, oh, it came back. So you guys can't see it, obviously, because you're only seeing one monitor, which is the main one I'm using right now in the middle. To my left and right, I have two more monitors, so I got a 3-monitor setup. Some reason my Mac keeps my left monitor just keeps turning black out of nowhere. Like it'll just go black. Still got power, still on. Computer's obviously still on, but it just goes black. So hopefully that doesn't happen again because that's where all the chats are at. But I guess let's just keep going and see what happens. So the issue here is if I duplicate this one, I'm going to have to rebuild all ads from scratch. If I turn this one back on, I don't have any of the new ads uploaded in here. But that should be a pretty easy fix. So I think what we're going to do, I'm going to duplicate this. So we have two different ads managers. We're going to put these side by side, and I'm just going to duplicate and rebuild these in the form campaign real quick, because I think that's going to be easier than rebuilding them completely from scratch. So let's put this right here. All right, so we're going to go into the form campaign, statics. We're going to duplicate this. This is going to be our new version of our new ad, which really this is going to be existing ads, but they're on a website lead, so we need to swap them to a form. Meta does not make it easy enough to just swap it in here. It deletes everything as soon as you change the type of thing that you're optimizing for. So we need to change that image. So Michigan, yep, that's correct. So Michigan form, require SMS verification. So that's going to drop down the number of spam leads that we get. Add media image. This is our image right here. Just make sure it's an original for all fonts or for all whatever placements. Enhancements, we're going to go down here and turn all those off. Build now, here we go. So flip that on and then off. So it's going to turn off all auto enhancements. Turn all the tracking on. Obviously I need to actually look at their pixel because I don't know if the KP is actually integrated, so I might do that. We'll see. Boom. Alright, and then this one is static 1. And today is 7/28 is going to be the launch date for this. Alright, that one's going to be done. Let's turn these two off because those are old ads. We were getting a lot of spam from. Ooh, actually, this bad boy right here. We're going to turn that one back on, but just turn on the verification on it because that boy was cooking, but we were just getting a lot of spam leads. So let's go here, edit, and then we're just going to turn on require SMS. And then let's make sure. All right, good. All right, and then let's make our other two new ads, which now all we have to do is just swap out the images. So now I'm going to have static 2, 7/28, same launch day. I'm going to go over here, see what static 2 looks like. So that is the boom, that one. So now let's go up here. Where are we going? It's still doing the stupid bouncy shit over here. Like I'll scroll down just a little bit and it just jumps the whole fucking bar around. Oh, and it does it going up as well. So fun. Cause where's my creative at? Here we go, creative. Jesus Christ, Meta. I don't know if y'all saw, I literally just dropped a video of just how trash Meta is a couple days ago. Because the UI is just, it's going backwards, dude. It's so fucking bad. It's insane. See, for some reason, this one wants to format. That's why you always got to double check that as well. Image is trying to generate images. I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to add on these optimizations. I literally don't want any of your AI, Meta. I don't want any of it. Turned off all my events. Why would you not want to track? Everything else in this account tracks pixel events. Why would you think I wouldn't want to track pixel events? What I just duplicated from was tracking pixel events. I mean, it's just so fucking retarded, bro. Like, Meta is just so insane. They need to put an actual media buyer on their product development team / UX UI team, because it's clear that no one has ever actually used the ads manager that is building and editing the ads manager. I mean, it's just insane. Alright, our last one has to be that one. So that's going to be static 3, and I skipped the cropping on accident. That's all good. Alright, let's do all that. Once again, I want my events. I do need to check Cappy on that. I want to turn all these off. Let's make sure it's not adding headlines and copy. So those are not checked, so that's good. And that's static 3, boom. Alright, so now I'm just going to publish all this. I can make this big again. Let's review and publish. So that ad set should be live. That's good. And now we're going to flip that off, flip that on. So now we're turning off the website lead campaign, turning back on the form campaign, but with SMS verification now. Once again, big problem here was we're just getting a ton of spam leads, and we've seen this work for a couple other clients. We've had 3 clients in the last week that we've turned on SMS verification, and like greatly reduced, I should say, the number of spam leads they were getting. So like one account in particular had like literally like 80% spam leads. I don't know what happened. Meta just gave us a shit pocket of audience or something. But went from like 80% down to 8%. Like we calculate it manually. Literally dropped 10x just from turning on SMS verification. So obviously it's a really good thing to do. So boom, that is done. And let's go post that in the change log. So I also like to historically keep up with changes on accounts so that I can basically accurately know if CPL triples, now I know why. If the lead quality increases like we think it will, less spam, now we know it's because of the SMS verification. Basically, anytime I make a change in an account, I note it somewhere, usually inside of a Slack channel specific to that client. Then I can just track all this stuff. Makes it much easier, especially for client reports and stuff like that. So, swap to Michigan, back to Meta Forms with SMS verification. All right, that's done. Let's see what else we got to do. Let's see if these got launched or not. Let's go look at the landscape works. So they were really hurting for some new images, so we're going to see if we got them launched or not, because I don't remember, to be honest with you. So let's go in here. We should be in images. 728. Yep. All right, so made these, didn't turn them on yet. I wanted to double check them. So let's see here. That looks good. Little slice of the summer of... All right, that one looks good. Let's look at this one. Ooh, oh my gosh, bro. Somebody look at this creative right here. Sheesh. That's a banger. And what's the last one? Oh yeah, the review. Look, that's really nice too, man. It's a really nice little cutout in the hill. Got a chill spot. Got the freaking review. Yeah, these are cooking. These are cooking. Boom, boom, boom. On. Run them all, please. Let's just go ahead and make sure. Yeah, we got all the events. We don't have all the extra copy and headlines. Perfect. All right, those should be good. So that's done. Landscape works. New stuff is launched. And same thing, I'm going to just screenshot, and then I like to post that these are launched as well. Once again, I just like to keep up with like when was launched when, what are all the changes on the account. Like I said, it just makes it so much easier for client reporting, communication, knowing when stuff went right, went wrong, split tests, strategy roadmaps, all that stuff. It's just really good to keep track of what you've been doing. So I'm screenshotting all these real quick. And then let's go into the account here. And boom, boom, boom. So sorry, this is happening on a different screen, so obviously you guys can't see it, but just got to do it real quick. All right, so... Oh, I'm stupid. I put that in the wrong account. Where is Landscape Works? Here we go. So boom, boom, boom. Now we're in the right account. Launch 3 new statics. There we go. All right, that's good. I think now let's do this retargeting campaign. Retargeting campaign with urgency related offer. All right, so let's go into the account. So this account isn't doing terrible, but we just need it to need a little bit more action in here. So what we're gonna do, So we're going to make a retargeting campaign. So I'm actually just going to duplicate this original setup. Once again, I don't want all the AI shit it's going to try to make me do. I'm going to delete everything. Oh, there's only 2 ad sets. Or no, there is. Let's just delete one of these. So I'm going to delete that one. So I just want 1 campaign, 1 ad set. Let's edit this. Obviously, so this is going to be 7, 28, 25. And then we're just going to call this RT. We're going to do a campaign budget. I'm going to do, honestly, really low. I'm going to start at like 15 a day. Because these local businesses, they have a much smaller area, much smaller traffic on their website. I mean, just very, very low numbers. It's really hard to push a lot of retargeting spend. Let's see, obviously, we're going to call this general retargeting. Alright, so we want our form still, dynamic creative off. You know, there's a love-hate relationship with dynamic creative. My audience is good, that's good. Some people love it. I don't love it as much. I find it a lot harder to keep track of like what you're testing, to have a good testing framework. Like you can see here for this client in particular, if I go look at this ad set, so pretend all the yellow stuff's not there, and if I look at lifetime, I can see exactly which creatives we've launched and tested and what the results for all of those are. So in like 4 seconds I could sort this by CPL, and I could know what all my top ads are, and I could give that to creative team. I could just know that. I could put it on a report. With dynamic creative, you have to do breakdowns, and then you have to look at the breakdown by ad set or by campaign, and then you have to summarize it all together at the bottom, and then you get this crazy list of auto-generated stuff that dynamic will do. And I just don't like that. I don't like giving up that much control yet. And I haven't seen it perform better. You know, side by side, dynamic versus not dynamic. I've not seen a great improvement using dynamic, and I just don't like it for testing as much. Now for scaling, for these companies, they're too small, but when I do e-comm coaching and stuff like that, really large audiences can run a lot of ad spend. I'm all for dynamic, because what I'll do is I'll take the best performing, so I'll take like this lifetime report of all the creative and copy and ad headlines tested, and then I'll put that into a dynamic, and then I'll let Meta just mix and match with that on a big top of funnel prospecting kind of campaign. So that's where dynamic can be really good. And I'm kind of spitting bars. Hold up, let's cut this back about let's say what, 5 minutes. So we're gonna go at 22 minutes. Sorry, I'm making a live clip in the stream. So 22 to around 27:30 is gonna be a clip about dynamic versus not dynamic. DTC, not dynamic, direct to consumer. I'm so used to saying that. Clip about, we're saying dynamic versus not dynamic versus not. Okay, boom. Sorry, sidetracked. All right, here we go. So we got our retargeting. What I'm going to do now, let's see. What was my notes for this? Urgency related offer. Yeah, so I need to come up with an offer. So I'm going to use ChatGPT for that. And I'm probably just going to use my best performing statics mixed with some new copy. So let's look at this. Funny enough, we're literally going to do what I just said we were going to do. So let's rank these real quick. And you can see even here there's not a ton of data. So this grid, I would say this one did better before and after. So 8 at 55. This one's pretty good. 6 at 76. It's a little bit higher than I want. Usually around 60 is our target. It's a very nice grid though. Very nice images there, before and after 3. So this one's not too bad. Not a lot of volume, but yeah, I don't love that one though. We're not gonna run that one. That one's pretty good. That's kind of like a process type grid. So like you start with the like kind of design on a computer, and then you actually have some progress, and then you get done, and then boom, 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 boom. Beautiful. We might run that. So let's see here. Let's get back on chat. And now what I'm going to do, so this is basically going to be how to use ChatGPT to come up with new offers and ad copy. Very easy for your brand. So I'm going to take one of these. I'm going to take my copy that I'm currently running, which was also generated by ChatGPT and then edited by your boy. I'm going to go up here, and And I'm going to say take this add copy and add in a new sense of urgency and FOMO. So sense of urgency is literally just like, hey, get this now before it's gone kind of thing. I like to do this the real way because this client, there is a point actually with all these clients, what I'm working with, pool contractors, hardscapers, their calendar does get so booked that they just can't do any more work. So the urgency can be real. I don't know how real it is right now. A common way we do this is like looking for 5 homeowners this month only, or like something like that. And then FOMO, fear of missing out. That's just, I mean, in America, everybody wants an iPhone, everybody wants whatever, just because it's the latest thing. They don't want to feel left out. So let's see, transform your entire property before the season ends. Dreaming of outdoor wall, Bureau's not looking for limited numbers or large scale. This looks pretty good so far. So let's take this. Let's go back over here. I'm going to edit this a little bit. Like I said, ChatGPT can get you 90% of the way there, but then usually I like to kind of tailor this a little bit. New Jersey homeowner. So I'm going to actually take the dash out. ChatGPT loves these dashes. Dreaming of complete outdoor or limited number of... I'm going to take out large scale because while this client does want larger value projects, I don't want to alienate small and medium people because that is ultimately revenue in the door. So we're going to say limited number of yard makers that turn your property into a showpiece, but spots are filling fast. And then you can see right here, it kind of created this bullet point list, but with no header, like leading into it to like, what is this list for kind of thing. So I'm going to say, here's everything we specialize. And see, you can see now, once again, this thing's being trash, man. It jumps to the bottom of the copy and started typing what I was typing at the bottom. Here's everything we specialize in, boom, 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 serving 20 years. So we got a little bit of like social proof in here. Get quote. All right, so it looks good. And now I'm going to take the second copy and do the same with this copy. Here's your advice. Stop living with the art can't use. Limited bookings open now. Every rain, swimming closed, grass, and even there's no patio. Ooh, I like this. And wow, see, this is pretty good right here. So it's basically given pain. So right here is kind of like a pain payoff kind of thing, even though I didn't tell ChatGPT to do that. So you have your pain right here. You have urgency. While you wait, our schedule's filling fast, basically. Here's what we can do. Here's how legit we are. Yeah, this is a really good copy, actually, that I just spit out. I like that. So now let's delete this, and then once again, I'm going to edit just a little bit. I think this is actually where the dash kind of makes sense, so I'm going to leave that there. I like that. For some reason, did it not have emojis? I thought I had emojis. Oh, it just did bullets. So we need to actually add the check mark in there, because I do like the check mark. So boom, boom. We're actually going to drop that down. Space right there. Space, space, space. There we go. Alright, that's looking good. Alright, now I'm just going to say, I'm not going to feed it headlines. I'm just going to tell it to give me headlines. Give me 5 D2C high converting headlines for this copy. Actually, I'm going to say these copies, so it takes into account both of them. Let's go like in your dream yard for fall. That's not bad. Ooh, big yard, bigger problem. We'll fix it. I like this one. Let's do a thing right there. And then I'm going to keep this one. This one just always performs really well. So I'm just going to keep that one how it is. And then I like this. Okay, so I'm going to delete all of these except for the one I'm working on, just so I don't get lost when I get off this page. But yeah, that's pretty much how easy it is to use ChatGPT to write ad copy and write headlines. And as you can see, that second copy, that's a banger. That's banger copy, honestly. So now let's go into their project. I should have a... Here we go, Bierman. Should have some stuff already here, and now we can just go in here and just edit this stuff a little bit. Ugh, is that like that on the ad? Whoa, 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 whoa. I need to go make sure I did not launch that like that. I'm trying to look at these very small images to see what ad that is. It's right here. Did this ever run? No, this never did run. Because that is a big oversight. I need to just straight up delete this one. That's why attention to detail is important. Because if I would have turned that on, so this should have had background remover turned on like that. And then it should have had, not animate, edit. Should have had shadows, outline. There we go. The black doesn't look that bad. I usually like to do white. Let's do white. Yeah, I usually like to do white. So you can see in like 4 seconds how much better that looks versus what was right there. Yo, what's up, Elena? Well, stream's good, I guess. Sitting here vibing, chilling, making ads and doing marketing stuff. And appreciate it. Appreciate the love. I really like this review. I really hate this image that's in the review. I think we're gonna put this, and we're gonna put that right there, and we're gonna put that in the back. Oh yeah, that is looking very much better. And now we need something. Let's go over here. Let's go limited time only and see what pops up. And I need to be in elements. I searched the wrong thing. So I'm gonna put a little bit of FOMO in here. I wonder if we can do 10 days ago, limited stock, limited. You know, I don't want something super salesy or generic looking, but I also do, like, I kind of like how some of these look. Like, this actually kind of fits their vibe of their logo right here. So, like, if you look at this logo and this, like, this almost fits the vibe a little bit. Maybe we just do something, let's say calendar fit. Calendar. I highly doubt there's going to be something like this. Yeah, so what we're going to have to do is we're just going to have to, let's go back into here, because I know I've done some banners and stuff already that I can just copy. Here we go. Here we go. This is the kind of text I want. So let's take this, let's put this over here, and then let's go book now, calendar, fall calendar, filling up fast. All right, and obviously we need to make this pretty small, not that small. And then I'm gonna, let's say book now. And let's just make this full size. And then I think what I'm going to do also, so let's go into elements. And we're going to take, I hate when it doesn't like reset. Here we go. So we need this shape. We're going to throw this on the bottom like so. Make it full, transparent. Drop it. Usually about 50 is pretty good. And then let's see if I want to keep it green or not. So that's that green. So the green obviously blends in with like what's there. Kind of like the red. Let's go with the red. All right, so we need to download current page. Boom, boom. All right, so that is going to be one of our ads for the retargeting campaign. So we got some social proof here. Real review, by the way. 5 stars. We got our FOMO down here. Book now, filling up fast. Let's see. Thought I had more templates for them made out already, but I do not. So we're going to copy this right here, and then let's duplicate this. Let's delete this and this and this, and we're gonna delete that anyway. Let's delete that. Honestly, let's just delete this whole thing. Alright, now we need to go pull some images for them. So let's go in their drive and get a photo. It's a good looking yard. Let's see. Oh wait, I need to be in the 15K plus. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. Shoo! That is a banger yard. Alright, so now let's put that in here. Let's make it look creative. For anybody hanging out, if you got any questions about ads, marketing, anything, let me know. So over here doing some Canva magic at the moment. Alright, so let's do that. Full, center it. And then let's paste. There we go. So you can see we got this little fade effect. I'm going to actually drag this down some, as well as this one. I might just take that one out all together. How many's on here? Yeah, so you can see I had them stacked quite a bit. So we got one more. So there we go. Let's do like 2, I think. Yeah. And then we need this to go back. There we go, because we need this and this in front of it. So right here, we need their logo. Boom, boom. Let's throw this over here. And then let's see what the black looks like instead of the white for this one, just because it's already on a very light fade effect. Yeah, let's go black on this one. I also don't love this font, so we're going to take this one again and take it down here. And we need to make this right here. We need to make it like that. Throw it in the corner. And then I think what I'm going to do actually is keep it like in this corner. So I'm going to make it go down some more. I don't know if I want to do the same. Let's see. Book now, fall calendar filling up fast. Let's see what else it said for this. Here we go. New Jersey homeowners last call to lock in your dream yard for fall. I like that. And look at that. Fits like literally perfect. Alright, now we're going to let's put something behind that so that it stands out a little more. Obviously I'm stupid, but let's just type in wow. So this is actually what I was kind of looking for. Funny enough. Let's make it a little smaller, scoot it over. The yellow is a little obnoxious though. Actually, the whole thing is a little obnoxious, so let's... Is this transparent? Okay, the text, for some reason the text looks transparent. Let's go to effects. Oh, it's because we have a gray outline. There we go, let's do a black outline. Let's make this fit inside of here. Let's see what else is right here real quick. Yeah, we're just gonna run with this. We're just gonna change the yellow because I do not like the yellow that much. Let's see here. Alright, boom. So we got that, we got that. So I think we're just gonna launch with that initially. We'll just do these 2 creatives. So let's get those downloaded. So now we'll hop back to our campaign. This one was supposed to delete. I need to delete you. Oh, it must have deleted. It's just still showing up for some reason. So whatever. All right. So we're gonna call this RT static 1 728. So retargeting static 1 and then the launch date. So that's pretty much how I label everything. Just keeps it easy to keep up with, especially to know how long stuff has been running or when the original launch date was. Makes life easy. So let's launch both of these, or upload both of these. I mean, dude, I cannot believe I uploaded that right there. That's insane. All right, so we're gonna do one at a time because once again, I do not like dynamic creative. Everything for original. It auto crops like pretty well, honestly, on almost every placement except reels. Sometimes reels will look funky when you use a 1080 by 1080 or square, whatever you want to call it. For the most part, though, it's just not worth it for the time investment to rebuild everything all the time in 1920, 1080, 1920, whatever. So we got our copy, that's all good. Got our headline, creative is good. Need to go here and take all the optimizations out because I do not want those. Save that. I want all my events tracking. Boom, perfect. Now let's duplicate this, and now all we're going to do is just swap to our second image we just made. So it's going to be static 2, and then launch date, take that out, add image, boom, and boom, boom, boom. Original for all is what we want. Let's go turn off the enhancements. That's done. Events are on. All right, so now I actually skipped a step because we need to actually make our audience here. So we do still need the same location, but now we need to do a custom audience. We have none, so this will be good. We're gonna get 3 clips out of this one. So 47 minutes to whenever. So that's, this one was ChatGPT copy tutorial is what that one was. Sorry, I'm writing my clips down because this is so much easier for me to take 4 seconds and timestamp it right now than to try to go back and play it in post and remember when all the fucking timestamps were. So 47 minutes, so this is going to be creating warm, we'll just say RT audience. All right. So here we go, creating retargeting and warm audiences in Meta. So they have to geo-target, once again, local business. So that's their age open, gender open, pretty much gonna leave that how it is. Custom audiences, so I'm trying to retarget right now. As you can see, there's literally no audiences at all. So I'm gonna create new custom audience. First thing we're gonna do is website visitors. So I'm gonna click website, make sure it's the correct source, all website. I'm gonna make this 180. And then we're gonna name this website visitors 180 days. So boom, that's gonna be that one. And this is gonna be, they're on a small budget, so this is gonna be a general retargeting audience. So it's gonna have everybody lumped into one ad set basically. But on bigger, if you're doing e-comm, you're doing high ticket coaching courses, all that stuff, you're spending 10K, 50K a month or whatever, you can have these segmented out if you want. So we're gonna create another one. So the next one we're gonna make is gonna be page engagers. So once again, we want to make sure the right page is here whenever it loads. We want 365 days. As you can see, it did not generate the right page for some reason. And then this is going to be FB engagers 365 days. Boom, let's create that. Then we're going to create another one. This one is going to be Instagram accounts. Same thing, but for Instagram. Once again, did not do the right one. There's the Instagram, 365 days. This is going to be IG engagers, 365 days. Boom, create that. And that's really the core right there. Like, you can run with just those. I'm going to look real quick and see if they have many video likes. Actually, let's do a lead form as well. Anyone who opened form. I'm just curious like how many they're going to actually have. And then this goes to 180, right? I think this one goes to 180 also. Oh no, this one's only 90. Interesting. So it's going to be lead form openers, 90 days. So go ahead and just throw that one in. I don't think there's going to be a ton of people, but we'll just have it to have it because they do use lead forms. I do want to check video though. I'm just going to see 3 seconds. So that's 3 seconds is going to be the biggest bucket of people. I'm just going to see if they have any videos even worth like really looking at or adding into this per se. No. 200, 100, 100. Yeah, not really. I wouldn't even say this is worth it. Source and X that one out. So that's pretty much it. So now we have 6-month website visitors, 1 year Facebook and Instagram engagers, 90-day Facebook form openers. Now, if we want to be crazy with this, I'm not going to do it for them because they're a small budget local business. We can also now exclude anyone that is a... We need to make the custom audience actually because it's not in here either. So what we would do is create new custom audience. We would go off of website. And then we would go down to event, we'd go to schedule. So schedule for them means that someone has actually scheduled an appointment with them, which I'm gonna go ahead and make this anyway because I need to. CH schedule 180 days. So we would actually exclude this audience. I'm not going to because I want the positive engagement that it will potentially have on the ad, because usually people that schedule, they get work done, they're fans, and then they will actually comment and like this if they see it, and I like that. That helps out. I'm going to take this off. So suggestion means it's going to open up the audience. I don't want it to do that because I want it to just be a retargeting audience basically as much as possible. So audience is good. Both of our creatives are good, so we're split testing. I'm using the standard 2-2-2, so 2 creatives, 2 headlines, 2 copies. So that's what we're running. I think we're $15 a day. Yep, I'm gonna drop this like $10, so we're gonna go down to 75. We're gonna launch this one at 15. So he's gonna be $5 over for like 3 days, and then I'll probably shift budget again just to level it out. But other than that, that is relaunching a retargeting campaign. So that is done. Let's go ahead and I'm going to post that in the timestamp log. Once again, I like to just timestamp anytime I do anything for any client. Makes it easier for reporting, makes it easier for knowing what went right and what went wrong. All right, boom. So that's done. Let's see what else we got to knock out. I'm going to watch those later. I'm going to do that later. Creative report I'll do tonight. I'll do that later. Oh, let's check on Boom Yards. I'm curious if that's went through yet or not. Because usually the approval disapproval is pretty quick. We don't actually have to wait a couple hours in most instances. Nope, still preparing. So, yeah, hadn't been looked at yet. Alright, budget check. That's tomorrow. New statics. Optima. Soulshine. Let me see. I'm just going to check in on the urgency of those, basically. Oh, yeah, that's on tomorrow, so that's actually not that big a deal today. What is this one? Yep, so that one... Okay, so actually, we need to now look at Thomas's account, because house is on fire, a.k.a. account is... not doing hot, and we got to figure out how to turn the account around. Oh, come on, bro. You really gonna hit me with this? Ooh, it's almost dark. I need to go run. Actually, I might just go to the gym today. Alright, sorry, I'm getting all my notifications off, and then I gotta check and get in here. Let's see, notifications. Where's the code? Code. I guess I probably should have done that not on stream, but whatever. All right, I'll fix that later. All right, so we're actually just going to forget about this, and we're going to go on to the audit. So we need to go here. We need to go into my drive to get the audit template. So we have a new brand. Well, I don't have a new brand to work with yet, but we have a new brand to audit. Goodest Box. So it's like a dog subscription, treats and toys. Website looks pretty good, actually. I'm going to see mobile. I like to look at everything in mobile because basically all traffic ever is going to be mobile. So yeah, this looks pretty good. I mean, yeah, this is a good build. I know it's built on Shopify. I asked the owner when we talked. So I mean, overall, this is like a pretty well built site. This could obviously be a little bit better. I'd try to fit this in a little better, but whatever. Yeah, overall pretty solid. So we are actually going to be auditing the ads for them because they have an agency doing it. They're not happy with the agency, and we're basically just going to be looking at what's right, what's wrong, kind of all that fun stuff. So let's go into here. Let's go find their account. I forgot to go get the template out. I need to get off of full screen. We need to go to Drive, delete that. Oh, I forgot I got another thing to do. Always got things to do. And let's see. We're just gonna duplicate. Should we do this one? Should we duplicate this one? Actually, I'm gonna duplicate this one. Yeah. So let's make a copy of this. I'm gonna change the music too. Let's see. Where's my YouTubes? Of course, it's not gonna pop up. Here we go. I don't know why my video paused. That's insane. It's literally never asked me that before. Alright, I want Clips' new album. Also, straight bangers. Let's see here. So we're looking at everything Eve Star because that is the agency. Not Create. Did not mean to do that. Let's get out of that. Get that out of here. I do need to make a view. Before we do that, let's go Lifetime. With chains and whips. Let's see here. Alright, so I'm going to do some cleanup. I cannot do the 50,000 tabs thing. I don't know how people do it. I have to simplify my life a little bit before I do that. So let's see. We got... Where's my new presentation that I literally just did? Copy. Here we go. Copy. Alright, so this is going to be... it is July 25. This is just going to be Goodest Box. We're just going to call this Marketing Audit. And it does not need to be as in-depth as this one was. Hey, random person on Kick that's trying to spam me with whatever, fake followers. Suck it, bro. I'll stream to nobody. I don't care. Good practice. Makes me feel like I'm not alone. Okay. So this was like a much more thorough audit. You can see this is 29 slides, quite a bit more stuff. First thing I'm going to do is let's get their logo. Just try to make this look a little better. This one was free. The last one I did, I charged $500 for. So they're actually getting very, very lucky. And that didn't work. So, yep. Not going to do that. Don't care anymore. Alright, so we're just going to X that. Nope. Performance recap we'll probably do. So we'll just start with performance recap. And let's see, for this, what we're going to do is we're going to half screen both of these so I can look at the ad account and the presentation at the same time. So let's do that like that, and let's bring that over there. Alright. Kumbaya shit. Oh, I was like, I swear I was just on their account. I guess I had 2 ads open. I didn't realize. Well, let's just do this one because this one's already on the screen I need it to be. All right, let's go back to Max. We're going to do performance and clicks, and then we're going to also edit this. So let's take out some stuff I don't care about. So reach and see, look at the, dude, this is what I was talking about with the UI, how fucking trash it is. I need to X stuff out. Oh, funny enough. Oh, now I can do it. But as soon as you start scrolling, you can't X stuff out anymore. So reach, take that out, don't care. Ends and schedule, need to take out, gotta wait for the bar to go away. All the rankings, don't care. We'll leave all those in, leave all that in, okay. So now we need landing page. So I want landing page views and cost. Add to cart, I want total and cost, and then I'm gonna uncheck all this nonsense. Initiate checkout, spelled that wrong. Or checkout's initiated, whatever, same thing. And then purchase. So I want purchases, total, cost, value, ROAS. And literally in that order. That's it. I don't know. For me, this is the best way that I've seen to set up Ads Manager because it actually shows you from pre-click to post-click, like basically at the highest point of the sales process versus the lowest point. This puts it in order perfectly for you to be able to just have like a side scroll view of like how your funnel is performing. So that is what we're looking at. And I'm going to go ahead and save this as a preset and Kevin view. So this is how I like to look at it. And I need to actually, let's see. If you're on the stream, sorry, because I'm about to do a gay YouTube intro again and timestamp this. So we're at what, 101? So 101, did that wrong? Or no, I did that right, actually. 101, goodest box audit. All right. So we are about to do an audit for a go-to-market brand, smaller brand, didn't mean to hit that. So Goodest Box is the brand. Went over their website on stream a second ago, but this is pretty much it. Honestly, their site looks pretty solid, but they have an agency right now running ads for them that they just don't really, are not happy with how the results are being. So why am I saying shit like I'm stroking out? They don't like the results right now. The agency's driving, so we're basically doing an audit of the ad account, seeing what's going on, how to make it better. So we got our audit over here, we got our ad account over here, and now we're about to dive into it. So I just went through how to set up a view to basically get like from pre-click, post-click, highest point of the sales funnel to the deepest point of the sales funnel. Just what I found to be like the best way to look at ad accounts as you're looking at data. And you'll see as I analyze this, like what makes it so easy. But the easiest way to do it is go to performance and clicks as the preset, and then you're going to go in and edit that. And then you're going to add landing page, cost per, add to cart, cost per, initiate checkout, cost per, purchases, cost per, and then value, and then ROAS. And then uncheck all of these, and then that's going to get you on a setup that looks like this. And basically now I can look at, starting at the CPM, so like how competitive is the market, how on point are the ads and the messaging. Link clicks and shop clicks I don't really look at, but I just leave them in there. So CPC, CTR, obviously link click through and see the CTR for the link. I want to look at those. This one actually looks really good. And the next thing I'm going to look at, I kind of skip all these, even though I'll leave them in all the alls. I don't really like looking at those. I like looking at the link click through. Landing page view, so this is like of clicks. So let's see, we got 87 link clicks, 85 views. So that means there's almost no bounce rate, which is really good. And then we got cost per view. Then we have add to cart. So out of 85 landing page views, we had 18 people add to cart. That's actually not too bad. Cost per add to cart, $8.30. 7 checkouts, $21 per checkout, but 0 purchases. And I think this one, so this is an add to cart campaign. This is usually how this plays out. Meta's really good at doing whatever you tell it to do. So if you tell it to get add to carts, you can see it's got really cheap add to carts compared to all these. So this is a $8.30 versus all of these. You can see are much higher. but no purchases. So even though the add to cart rate is really low, you would think that if we have this many at this low of a add to cart rate, we would be getting purchases, but no, because we're not telling Meta to get purchases, we're telling it to get add to carts. Obviously, the purchase rate also, though, is not that good. So even optimizing for purchases, they're having a pretty high CPA or CAC, whatever you want to call it here. This has been the best one so far. So it looks like this was a broad versus interest test. I'm wondering if they're using the same creative on each of these. So they got 5 videos. Okay, so setup's actually not terrible. I mean, transparently, that's how I would set it up as well. I don't like dynamic creative for testing. Are they doing CBO or ABO for this? Let's see. So CBO on pretty much everything except for this one, which this one looks to also be. Oh, so they're trying bid capping here. So target cost cap of $100. Basically, right here, they're telling Meta we only run ads if we're going to get a purchase or add to cart, which that's actually stupid to do a cost cap on that. But basically, if you get it for 100 and less, get it, which I'm assuming is because the client is telling them, hey, these CPAs are insane. So now they're trying to bid control how much the CPA is, which is not actually that good when you first start out because the Pixel doesn't have enough data right now. I mean, it's only ran 6, 7, 8 purchases ever. So there's just no data to even be able to bid cap with. So that's why I wouldn't recommend doing that this early in the game, especially if you have a small budget as well. Let's see here. So overall, the first thing that I'm going to start looking at is just top to bottom. So their CPMs are pretty high. I mean, 140, 140, 140, 70, 80. All the CPMs are high. What kind of campaigns are these? Oh, well, that's why these are all low. So this could just be a super competitive market. Let's see how big some of the audience sizes are. I want to go in a purchase campaign, though, because that's what I'm going to also run and what I would care about. So let's see here. 28 to 33 million. 60 to 70. Broad, this should be like 180. Oh, do they have an age limit on this? Oh, 40 to 65 women. Okay, so that's why that's smaller. Usually I consider broad just the entire US, which is like 180 to 200, I think, or something. Okay. So audience sizes are pretty good. So that means that the market is probably just really competitive. So now let's look at some of these videos and see they're only running videos. Videos usually have a much higher CPM compared to statics, I've noticed, just from all the accounts I've ever worked with. Let's see, are these all videos? Okay, we do have a static. Let's actually just name these, or name sort these. So, okay amount of statics in here, but looks like all this is getting, this farmer's market is getting most of the ad spend, so the statics aren't even getting tested that much. Let's see, retargeting, static. Ooh, comparisons usually work really well. I'm wondering what this is. Oh my god, this is an absolute trash, bro. What is this? Dude. What is this agency doing? This is insane. Look at all the fucking margin space. All the dead space around this. Wow, I gotta screenshot that. That's absolutely insane. That is crazy. Okay. And see, this is super good. This is a really good one. I don't know what happened on that one. That's actually just crazy that even got launched. Because a lot of these actually look good. Like, I can just tell right here. This might be a little text heavy. This one might not be as good. But, I mean, the design of it, you can tell it's like a solid design. It's either a really good Canva template or it's someone that actually knows how to do statics. Same thing with this. This one looks like it might be bad. Oh, this is the photo contains number one. That's actually pretty good. That's like a real catchy kind of thing to do. Okay, so they are running some statics. They're doing CBOs, though. for testing, which I don't love either. I like ABOs for testing. Pretty small daily budget, really high CAC and CAC CPA, whatever you want to call it. Let's see what this is. Advantage plus broad. So they had 5 statics. See, oh my God, how I gotta screenshot this also. How did they let this spend $800, bro? Sheesh. So we already have an example of a really terrible creative that got launched, and now we have an example of an ad that was left on. I mean, it's like nobody looked at this account. What was the daily spend on this? This was a CBO at $50 a day, which means that this ran for 8 days at least. 9 days, basically, and nobody looked at it. Look at the CP. Jesus. I mean, that's insane. That is just absolutely insane. If you hire agencies, this is the kind of stuff you need to look at. Do they have ads that just, this is the set it and forget it? This is kind of what was, it's one of the like evil things you shouldn't do basically in media buying that obviously got done. So we already have an example right here of like this ad was just let go way too long. This should have kept running. I mean, let's look at the ROAS on this thing. I think this is the lowest CPA I've seen in the account so far. Let's see how much. Oh no, 14. Wow, 14. Is this off or is this on? That's off? Why is that off? Why is $14 CPA ad off? What's the ROAS on this? 3.19. Is this agency actually retarded? Are they just this insane to me? All right, where was it this one? Was this where another good one was? Yeah, so 0.69. So like, I mean, the ROAS isn't there, but still 70. You have to kind of look at this on like on a spectrum almost. So like, what is my average CPA? Okay, 1,000, 160, 500. You put all that together. Let's just isolate. Oh, fucking stupid Meta. Dude, I hate how it hyperlinks these also when it's trying to make me open these. I'm trying to just look at all these. Because what it should do is summarize the data, which it did not. So amazing. Things are not working how you're supposed to. But basically, $2,000, $3,000 for 5 purchases. So what's that? A $400 average CPA. So that tells me anything under $400. No, that's still too high. Anything under $200, I would not be turning off because you need 1 pixel data, 2. You just need, when your average is 400 and you can cut that in half and have something keep running and potentially optimize and get better, you should be leaving that on. So, I mean, that's just one thing right there. Yeah, that's just crazy. All right, let's actually put this in a deck. I mean, I wish I could just send her this video, actually. We kind of just been ramping all this out, or knocking all this out. Okay, so performance recap. Let's just do a little list here. So let's open this up. Not all the way. Why did you move? That was insane. Overall accounts is showing a, let's say, sporadic testing structure. Spelt that insane. Crazy for that. Sporadic testing structure. And what would we call this? Launching a shitty ad, letting ads go for way too long. Let's say lack of attention to detail when managing the accounts. Accounts could benefit greatly from proper testing and scaling structure, as well as more attention to detail when testing and managing the ads. All right, so now I'm gonna do a little life hack, which is called make the text bigger, so it looks like there's more information on this slide than there actually is. So let's just pump that up to 20. Let's kill this. I don't think I need any of these. Paid media, persona, don't really need any of that, don't really need any of this. I'm gonna actually go, here, let's make this bigger real quick. I'm gonna go back to an even older one and steal some of the slides out of it just because it looked way better. What am I looking for? We need this, and we need maybe this one. This might be it. So that's the actual sales. Persona, here we go. What's working? Opportunities. Here we go. Paid social. Immediate opportunities. So let's just throw that in here. Let's change this to white. Don't know why this is all yellow. That seems insane. And then now we need to get all the lines to not be yellow. Let's see. Black. There we go. Let's get these. Oh, that sucks. Alright, so let's see if we can just do this. Can we just copy this, paste it? There we go. So now let's copy and paste this one. Now let's delete this. Delete this. And delete this one symbol that somehow didn't get deleted. And then on this one, let's delete the performance recap and let's delete that. There we go. Alright, now let's make this bigger. A little bit of formatting we had to make happen here. Let's kill this one. Boom. Now we're good. And I'm not about to go super in depth with this because I'm going to probably run through the ad account live on here and show them some of this stuff. Okay. I don't want this pink either. White is fine. Last boss was like a girl boss kind of thing, so she was all about the pink color palette. No hate against it, but not really my vibe. Okay. So first thing is, I'm going to delete these two because I don't feel like finding new ones, to be honest. Clear, testing, and scaling. Alright, so for this, what I'm going to actually do, I'm going to do this first before I use ChatGPT just so I can prove I know what I'm talking about and not make this up with that. I do like how much ChatGPT makes me sound smarter though, because I kind of, I'm kind of unofficial in how I talk. Especially in business audits and shit like that, so it can kind of just spruce up how smart I sound when I do this stuff. Okay. Alright, so right now, account has a mix of different campaign objectives, funnel stages, as well as auto and target bidding. With the current pixel data and daily ad spends, this is not an effective way to properly test and scale. Let's say test, gain pixel optimization, and scale. Recommended account restructuring would, let's see, recommended, let's just go with that. Boom. Wow, why is that freaking out so far? That's crazy. Let's move this to right here. Nope, that's not far enough. Ooh, it's such a banger. Alright. 1 ABO testing campaign optimized for purchases. Why did tab make this go over? I need this to be indented. Okay, so how do I do a freaking indentation on this thing? Maybe shift enter? Okay, but now it's still stupid. Bro, are you actually this retarded? Alright, let's just say this would be utilized for all audience and creative testing. One CBO scaling campaign optimized for purchases and using dynamic creative. this would be where all the best variables would be added, and to let Meta optimize and do their thing. This will be utilized for audience creative testing using ad set budgets and non-dynamic creative formats to better control what Meta tests. All right, there we go. Now I'm going to take all that, put it into ChatGPT, see if we can spruce it up for a little bit. I'm doing a marketing audit. Make this sound concise, clear, and smart as fuck. Boom. Let's see what this does. This account currently runs mixed objectives, funnel stages, and bidding strategies given the pixel data and daily spend. This structure limits testing, slows pixel optimization, and blocks scalable growth. Come on, bro. Like, are you fucking kidding me? And it's so much shorter. Okay, let's see what this is. Recommended structure, 1 ABO testing campaign purchase optimization, set budgets and static creatives to control variables and isolate winners for audit. Oh my, see, dude, like, this is what I'm talking about. The knowledge is in here, but this just makes it come out so much better. So now let's do that. Throw that in there. And now we're gonna have to make this a little smaller. So let's go. There we go. All right, what's the next thing we can do here? Clear testing and scaling. Let's call this attention to detail. There was a static creative that had $842 of ad spend and did not produce any purchases. Given the average CPA of the account of roughly 400, this should have been turned off. This was $500 plus of wasted ad spend. It ran for at least 8 days without anyone watching it. All right, obviously this is a very simple statement, so we're gonna need to spruce this up. A static creative spend done words from the counter represents over $500 in wasted spend. There we go, boom. I like that. And this was Arial, so let's swap this one to Arial. Nope, not average, Arial. And then let's make this is 11, right? Oh, this is 9. Okay, why does this text look different? This one is in black, that's why. All right, attention to detail. So testing, scaling, attention to detail. Let's see, what's one other thing? Honestly, with these small accounts, that's literally pretty much it. That's kind of all you need to be successful. I got a feeling, though, that her conversion rate is pretty low. So let's look at, let's do some quick maths. Let's do some maths real quick. So we got 85 plus 215 plus 45 plus 52 plus 98 plus 116. So we have 611 LPVs, landing page views is what that is. Now let's add up the purchases. 368. So we have 8 purchases. So we have 8 divided by 611, which is a 1.3% conversion rate, which is no bueno. That's not good. So there's probably some website work that could happen. So out of the 611 landing page visitors, we have 8 tracked purchases, giving the brand a conversion rate of, what was that again? 1.3, which is not terrible, but also not ideal. Ideally, we would want to be around 3 to 5%. So this tells us there is some work to do on the landing page as well. Recommended steps: install Hotjar or similar tool. Check page for major choke points, and let's actually do a little bit more math real quick. So let's see, we had 611 purchases. We're actually going to identify where in the sales funnel is like broken. So 18 plus 15 to 14, 12, 12. So we have 73 added carts. 73 added carts. 7, 9, 2, 7, 6, 11. So 42 checkouts, ICs or initiate checkouts, and then 8 purchases. So let's check the percentage of each thing here. So 73 divided by 611. So we have a 12% add to cart rate, which that is very low. Let's see, 42 out of 73. We have a 58% add or checkout rate, which that's actually pretty good. And then 8 divided by 42, we have a 19% purchase rate, which is also pretty low. So what we're going to actually do here is we're going to delete this whole column. And we're going to put this over here, and we're going to, can I move this? There we go. Why do these still look different? Oh, because they're different sizes. Yeah, I'm just going to deal with there not being a lot of stuff in this box, because that's driving me crazy. All right, let's call this website, immediate opportunities. We're going to actually visualize the funnel real quick. I'm just going to kill all this because I know I don't need it probably. Ooh, I could actually maybe use this one. Well, I don't know why that box is so big, but whatever. All right, website, immediate opportunities. So for this, we need to make a funnel. So let's go to Canva real quick. Make some magic happen. Funnel. Here we go. And we need 1, 2, 3, 4. We need a 4-stage funnel that we can actually edit. You know what? I bet we could just do this an easier way. I want this to fit. Probably about like right here. Oh, I forgot this shows me the pixel size at the bottom. That is pixel size. So we need like a 420 by 470. 420 by 470. So let's go over here. Let's do where's custom size? Custom. We need a 420 wide by 470 tall. There we go. Now let's look under elements, funnel, not fun, funnel. Here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. But I need to flip this the other way. There we go, because I want the points going that way. Oh yeah, this is gonna work beautifully. And let's just center that like that. There we go. Boom. Let's download that. PNG. I want transparent background. Because now what we're going to do is put the numbers for each one of these. I should actually put that in here probably, but that's okay. We'll do it in the actual thing. Alright, let's insert image, upload, download. Okay, where the hell's my download? My design premium images can be exported on their own. Bro, are you fucking kidding me? Alright, let's put the fucking numbers on here then. Yep, hate that. I use this baked fresh thing all the time. So let's ungroup, delete the baked, fresh. So let's just center this as good as we can. We're going to call this 611 LPVs. This is going to be, what do we got? 73. Add to carts. This is going to be 42 ICs. And then that leads to 8 purchases. Alright, and then I guess let's put the percentages on here as well. So this would be a 12% add to cart rate. This would be a 58% checkout rate. Nope, didn't mean to do that. Copy and paste. And then this would be a 19% purchase rate. Alright, there we go. Now can you let me download this without the background, please? So I can actually put it in my presentation. There we go. Alright, so now, LPVs. Don't love it, but I don't care. Once again, this is a free audit. I usually charge like $300 to $500 for these. So we need our text box. Nope, wrong page. Let's paste that. Make this go right here. Oh, you know what? I could have really just put this on the other side. But let's just make a text box for each. Let's delete all this. And then I'm gonna ask, I actually don't remember, what's the average add to cart percentage rate for DTC e-comm businesses in the US? I think it's like 30 to 50 or something, if I remember this right. Wow, is this really? There is no way it's that low. Because if so, she would already be crushing. I wonder if how is this calculated? I wonder if they're doing this the same way I did. Wow, okay. So maybe add to cart rate's really good. So then what about the initiate checkout rate? Alright, let's see what this is. Center checkout total sessions. Typical is 2 to 3. High performing is 2 to 3. So that's of all sessions though, not just add to carts. So if we had 42 checkouts by 611, that'd be a 6.9%. Wow. Okay. So that's actually not bad. So our website might actually be okay, minus just getting the conversion, which I think the website stuff, or the ad account stuff is going to help with that. This looks a little underwhelming, but I think when I do the live audit, I mean, this is a super simple account. Let's see. I do want to look at the creative real quick because that's a super important piece of this puzzle. Let's see. Performance recap. Let's call this creative insights, I guess. Although we think our target market is women 40 to 65 plus, limit the pixel and audiences to just going after that. So this is actually true. I've had multiple brands I've worked with where like we literally know the exact demographic that buys the most. I had a meal delivery company where like it was just crystal clear that men 35 to 45 was our top performing segment. As soon as we isolated that into its own campaign, the CPA for it just went absolutely insane. So like sometimes, especially with Meta and all these platforms now, as much as they like automation, they actually punish you for getting too specific with demographics. So that's why, you know, one, she doesn't even have a ton of data yet on purchases. So like it's, you know, maybe theoretically she's right that women 40 plus is our target audience, but I would not limit the audience testing yet. Sorry, I'm not talking much while I'm typing this out. Reduce CPMs, which will reduce CPCs, and everything else lower in the funnel, meaning lower CPAs as well. All right, let's see. Let's actually look at the creative now. So we got 6 campaigns. Let's just look at all the assets. So 114 ads. So we got, let's see how many of each actually. Really? You're not going to auto-select them all for me? Wow, that's very cool of you to not do that. Maybe if I do it this way, it'll do it. Okay, when you hold shift, it's supposed to select from where I clicked to where I'm clicking now, and it's not doing it, which is really going to make me mad. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's like the same. So we'll say 17 statics. I'm just put a note in here real quick. Send me videos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so they're actually doing pretty good with a well balance of both being tested. But now what we're going to do, let's take this, duplicate it over here. We are going to need to add another column left. And then let's delete all this, delete all this. Okay, I don't know why they're being different, but okay. Whatever. I'm just gonna do this so I can make my life easier. Insert table. Let's see, we're gonna need metric, static, video, spend, CPC, CTR, spend, CTC, CPR, cost per add to cart, checkout, purchase. So we're gonna need a 6x3 going this way. Or actually, maybe we'll go this way. Yeah, let's go this way. So what we're gonna do is static video spend CPC CTR cost per add to cart, cost per initiate checkout, and I got it wrong. We actually need one more box. And then let's go insert column right, and let's go CPA. All right, now I want to change all of this to white text. There we go. All right, so we got boom, boom. You know what we could do? Let's actually take this and let's add it to this one. Let's call this open up demographics. And then let's go back to ChatGPT. Spruce up this message with an emphasis on Meta penalizing you for restricting audiences too much or not having enough pixel data. All right, there we go. Let's see what happens with that. All right, let's just go with that. That sounds good enough. Boom. All right, so now we actually have 3 things, which I like to have 3. And then on this one, we can put our notes up here, notes. And then let's fill out our thing right here. I think for this, let's go, yeah, let's go white as well. Actually, we might as well just like copy this. So we got, let's see, that blue for these. Was it this one? And then this one, hopefully. No. Fuck. Fuck, I'm so retarded. I did it wrong. Okay, why are the colors different? Because it was right here. Tell me this ain't right here. Oh, wait, under it. I actually am stupid, I guess. There we go. So we got that, and then we got that. And then what color is the text on this? Text is this 4th custom color. This is the kind of stuff I hate doing that I usually don't do. Okay, and then the text is Roboto 14. Where's Roboto? Roboto, normal, 14. It's definitely bold. And then same thing over here. Roboto 14, bold. Okay, now this box is the 4th slate. So all of these need to be the 4th slate. And then all of this text needs to be black. And make this all black. Okay, and then the lines are also black instead of white. So let's go here, and let's go border, and let's go black. All right, there we go. A little bit extra, make it look nice, I guess. All right, so now let's do this. So we're gonna go right here to filter. We're gonna go static. We're gonna go add name contains static. And now what we should get, oh my God, it's not gonna summarize for it, is he? Is it? It's okay, we can add up these 3. Oh, actually, I don't know if we can or not, because it's gonna show the full campaign. So let's go contains video. Yep, because see, it's going to show the full campaign. This is going to show the full ad set. Oh, I hate when meta doesn't work right. So what I'm basically trying to do right now is get a side-by-side comparison of statics versus videos just as a format on meta, which one might be performing better. What meta is supposed to do is summarize data at the very bottom, and it's not doing that right now. I'm going to see if it'll do it in a report. Sometimes you have to do it in reporting, but it's supposed to just do it in the basic like UX UI right here. All right, let's create report. Let's go goodest box. Here we go. Pivot table's fine. Had delivery. We're going to go static. Add name contains static. Here we go. This is what we want. There we go. And we want maximum. Right here, we'll just go from January 1st on. We'll do year to date. Update. Okay. So we got 1747, and then we need to put our metrics back in. Once again, one of the annoying things that we got to do. So we're gonna need CPC, cost per link click. We're gonna need nope, not CPM. We're gonna need CTR, click through rate. We're gonna need add to cart, not care, cost per add to carts. We're gonna need checkout, cost per checkout. We're gonna need purchase. Cost per purchase, and then I'm going to go ahead and throw ROAS in as well. Turn on ad spend. All right, there we go. So now let's get back over here. Let's go add one more of these. Right, ROAS, just to give us one more data point to look at. Okay. Now let's make this smaller. Let's see, spend 1747. CPC 753, CTR 1.29, cost per add to cart 91.97, 116.50, 873, 72, 0.05. All right, boom. Annoying I had to come in here to do this. This is what it should have just done in Ads Manager, but whatever, it's okay. Amazing. Amazing. God, I hate it here so much sometimes. Okay, can you please just show me the data for the videos? Please, 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 you're not gonna do it. I fucking hate Meta so much. It's insane. All right, let's save, export, include summary row. Maybe if I force it to export, it's gonna do something. KP report. Oh, why are you in? What the fuck is going on? Is this pulling the right ad account? Yeah, good as box. There we go. Ad name. Yep, Eve Star. Yep, that's all the stuff. All right, well, let's go ahead and let's see if we can narrow this down enough to be able to get this data. Maybe just doing video was too much because it was just, sometimes if it just pulls too much, it just overloads the system and it's like, no, fuck off. Save your report faster. You can save your report faster loading time for when large amount of data, try to move metric brand there, time range, applying filters to reduce load time. Alright, I wonder if we do, let's try to see when this was actually launched. Let's go into campaigns. God, I fucking hate Meta sometimes, dude. 5/12, okay, not that long. So let's just go from the 1st of May to today, update. You were there, I saw numbers. I saw you trying to load. See, this is what's so fucking annoying, man. Okay, so the other way to do this is go in here, video, pray it loads the summary row, which it's probably not. Which means now, let's go this month, so we just gotta go back to May. So May 1st to today. let's select all ad sets, and now let's go to all ads. Now let's see if I can export this with a summary row. Export, let's see if we can customize. Include summary, here we go. Maybe, by the grace of God, this will give me the summary row. I'm about to turn some metal on because I'm mad, so I hope y'all are fine with that. A little bit of Slaughter to Prevail's new album. Dude, I need to work out. I still haven't worked out today. That's insane. Alright, well this might take 15 years. So basically, I'm going to cut this off because we've been going for like 2 hours now. Basically what I'm going to do, analyze this data, look at the creative, see if there's any that really stick out, that are really working. See the side-by-side, because usually you'll notice in markets there's one type of format of creative that just works way better. For example, with all the like contractors, hardscapers, patio, pool installers, statics just work like 10 times better for some reason. So I want to see if we can already notice a trend or not with them. Let's see. Oh, did he give me my summary row? Cost per... But you can see it doesn't give me the CPC. It gives me... So why would it give me the clicks? None of the purchase data. Doesn't summarize any of that for me. Oh, that is so annoying, dude. I hate Meta so much. Alright, well, I'm going to finish this up. But basically, you get the vibe. Side by side, see if one format's better. Go in here, look at creative, see if there's any creative hooks, messaging, anything like that that's worked better. And then basically just give some ideas based off that. And that's going to be our audit. And we'll see how that goes. So, yeah, we're going to cut it. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you guys probably tomorrow, actually. I think I'm going to stream quite a bit this week. So hit me if you got any questions, and later.